Hello everyone, and welcome to this episode of Woman Fully Alive. As you can see, I'm coming to you from my cabin. It's not a super fancy recording studio, but that's the way I roll. And it's this letting go of perfectionism that is a part of all of this. So here we go. Today, what I really want to talk to you about is what is healthy competition. So when I say the word competition, what comes up for you? Because for a lot of people, it brings up a lot of stress, a lot of gotta win, can't lose, a lot of maybe what happened in gym class when you were in grade 8, maybe memories of having lost and the devastation that can come from that when we identify really strongly with being a winner in this world. So the way I see competition, it can go one of two ways. The first one is that there's a section of the population that we cheer on for being winners in this society. And that assumes that there are losers. And especially in women, the idea of competition has not only, get this, been ingrained in us, like as if there's not enough medals for everyone, there's not enough pieces of the pie for everyone, so you have to scramble your way to the top, or it's been deeply buried in that, oh, I'm not competitive, oh, I'm not competing, and inside of you, you are very much competing. Now, I was quite a competitive person until I learned, not consciously, but through subconscious programming, that being competitive, getting out there, speaking first, celebrating your wins was not something I really saw that was praised in women around me. And so we become humble. We become very, oh, it's nothing. So you can ask yourself, how do you accept compliments? Oh, this old shirt, I bought it secondhand, or, whatever it might be. So how competition is very much wrapped up with pride, true healthy pride, and how we celebrate ourselves. So here's what healthy competition. Okay, first of all, competition is a thing. Human beings are here to survive. We're not here to lay down flat and have people walk all over us. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't make us feel alive. We are competitive beings. So let's just get that out of the way. And there's nothing wrong with that. But here's where things have gone awry. So the competition we see, perhaps in sports, first of all, it's heavily sponsored. There's a heavy investment in who wins and who loses. And not only that, but athletes have devoted their lives and their identities to winning. So think about how tragic it is when you've spent your life working towards that goal or that gold medal and you don't get it. Now, it's not tragic for all athletes, but I remember hearing the stories of how, well, first of all, doping in sports, in the Olympics, which is absolutely insane, or people doing something behind the scenes to their competitors so that they can win. That's really an unhealthy competition. Of course, competition moves into the field of war. Who wins, who loses? That's life and death. Who's got the most strength and power in the way of not so much true power, but in the way of guns and weapons. So that's where we see a lot of competition, and from what I gather, in video games. Here's what healthy competition is. Healthy competition is doing the best that you can out there on the field and really going to win. We want to win. Who doesn't want to be a winner? Let's just be honest. And if you don't, it doesn't mean anything about you. You know, you congratulate the other team, you go down to the pub, you have a beer together, and that's what happened. Nothing to do with who you are. Maybe there's some things you want to brush up on for the next game, and that's that. So that's a healthy competition. Now, when we get trained in scarcity, that there's only so many gold medals, there's only so many spots at the top, we end up living in a place of unhealthy competition, and we bury it. Oh, I'm not competing, I'm just doing the best I can, when you're actually really jealous or envious of the person that looks like they're getting ahead, right? But what if we could settle down into, there is enough for everyone, and you go out there, and if it's in your blood to win, then go out there and get them. Do your best. I may have told you this story before, but when I was a little girl, my older sister, somehow I found out that she liked this boy. And I said to her, well, if you like him, you just go and get him. I didn't understand, the social rules around that. I thought if you wanted something, you just go and get it, because that kind of makes sense, right? You have a desire and you move towards it, not realizing there are many other factors involved. But this is what I'm saying. We are competitive, and to say that we're not is completely BS, because we want our kids to win, and we know that if they don't, there's a huge lesson there. Sometimes, painful as it is, the lesson in losing is greater than the lesson in winning. Now, kids don't want to hear that, of course, but here is what we can do to heal this wound of competition, particularly in women. Go and cheer on other women. Really celebrate their successes. And you know who celebrates you already. The people that show up for you, the people that say, yeah, even if they don't think it's a great idea, you go for it. The people that make comments on your posts that say, I see you, I hear you, and I love what you're doing out there. And because when we withhold that, celebrating other women, we really withhold it. It's bad for business, because we withhold it within ourselves. And when we celebrate each other, we all win. And we all win. We all get ahead in our own lane. So there is that competition, and there's celebrating other people, and there's staying in your own lane. So make sure that you're celebrating other women, and that you're celebrating yourself, because there is also this idea that being proud is not acceptable. I want to turn that around. Look at it in its purest energy. What is wrong with being proud? What's wrong with being proud? What is wrong with feeling really proud about something you've done? What is wrong with being proud of something you're really happy for your kids about, and you share it? And you know that if somebody is feeling, insecure in themselves, then they're not going to be happy or proud for you or whatever it is that you're celebrating. You know that. But if a person is in their purest energy of pride and competition and celebration, they're going to be out there celebrating everyone. And so really rethink that. I have had so many clients that make wins that when I see them in private spaces, they tell me. And to me, they're not small wins. To me, they're very, very huge successes in being able to, set boundaries, step out of toxic relationships, speak up. And they really are hesitant to celebrate some of their own wins. I'm going to invite you to celebrate all of your wins. Not so much so that you can tell the world if you want to, but the point is more that you are in the energy of celebration. This energy, we know whatever energy you're in, it brings you more. It will bring you more things to celebrate. So really get clear on where you want to win. Know that there's more than enough pieces of that pie for everyone. Get in your own lane and win that lane. And when you look at the other lanes beside you, celebrate those people as well. Think of us all as heading towards the finish line, and everybody goes to the pub after. What a healthy way to compete. That is true competition. So don't let competition throw you off. Just admit, because it's such a beautiful thing that you're competitive and that you can celebrate your competitors. And then we can really work towards a healthy society. That's where we start including in everybody, that there's not one race that wins, there's not one religion that wins, there's not one country that wins, because we're all celebrating each other. And this is the world that I envision, where we're all in our lane, and even if we don't agree with the person in the next lane, we still let them be who they are. So I hope you'll join me in this. Go out there, get competitive, and don't forget to celebrate. If you enjoyed this podcast, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. That's also good for your karma. And leave me a comment. I would love to know how you hear about this, how you might integrate this into your own life. Does it uncover some buried part of yourself? That's what I'm really interested in. And stay tuned, because I'm going to be bringing out some really cool stuff. And I'm going to be doing it in collaboration with someone who is very, very close to me, combining both of our skills to create one big celebration. All right, stay tuned. See you in the next episode. Bye for now.